The Last Israelite. Written by Dr. Alan Childs. Read by Robin Bloodworth. Chapter 1. The gust of breeze was momentary, as though toying with the Arab merchant vessel adrift in the current of the Red Sea. The smell of freshly turned earth suddenly filled the air. Mysterious, since they were marooned 100 miles from the African shore. Eldad leaned on the heavy teakwood railing and turned to his corpulent traveling companion. We were sailing so well, for 6 days. Then this accursed stillness. Saul, as pale as Eldad was dark, tightened the wrap of robes around his ample middle against the cold, and recriminated against the cold. Why did we get on this wreck of a boat without at least looking into the reasons for their telling us that, yes, we could get passage all the way to the north end of the sea, but we had to leave right then, in the middle of the night? They didn't even get all the crew on board. Eldad laughed at the memory of the drunken crewmen who did make it back on board at Aden. In their haste, the 110-foot shallow-bottomed teakwood boat nearly rammed into a barge twice its size, after failing to judge the speed of the larger vessel. The crew's screeching was surpassed by the murderous rage of the boat's captain, who had briefly been below deck. Some of the crew were slaves, and though they got it the worst, almost all crewmen still nursed welts on arms and faces. "We're barely moving," Saul complained. "Look at this sail. Looks like it was woven from palm leaves and stitched with coconut fibers." Eldad grabbed Saul's arm and pointed at the Arab crew on deck. "I wish I understood what they were saying. Look how agitated they seem." Saul shook his head and shrugged. The two young men knew but a few words of Arabic between them. They had a scribe translate a note asking for passage into Arabic. The captain seemed reluctant, but brightened at their mention of zahav, Hebrew for gold. At the port of Aden, Eldad had been able to trade his golden trinkets for thumbnail-sized gold coins, called dinars, these being half the size of the Muslim silver coin, the dirham. Both bore Arabic inscriptions, but no images. The light-skinned Jewish scribe in Crater, the old section of Aden, gave Eldad a quick lesson to accept no less than 20 dirhams for a dinar. And, he cautioned, this port collects thieves, pirates, and cutthroats, even among the Jews. Now, after 6 days of a glorious following wind, they drifted with sagging sails.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?